As somebody who's been more and more getting into filmmaking and getting into making YouTube videos, it's come to my attention that it's about time to make another purchase, about time to put another investment on the table. And my God, the investment is going to drive you wild. It's time to buy a tripod. Okay, that wasn't as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but you know what? Hey, let's get into it. So as somebody who's been using cameras for as long as I have been, I do have a tripod. I have a tripod and the tripod works. The tripod does what it's supposed to do. But as somebody who is more or less wanting to get into just filming himself more out in the open, going places, traveling with it, and filming myself because I don't have a dedicated film crew because I'm not Mr. Beast yet, hopeful thinking, you feel me? So I've been looking into essentially travel size tripods. Travel size tripods have been kind of where I've been wanting to go. Also, pardon me if I sound a little weird. I just got over being really sick, so I'm probably still a little stuffed up. So if I sound a little different, it's because I felt like shit for a while. So looking into these different tripods, it's just like, do I want to get a big tripod? Do I want to get a small tripod? Do I want to get a medium-sized tripod? Do I want to get a mini tripod? It's just like there's so many different options when it comes to different film equipment that I decided to go with the travel tripod because there are a few different companies out there that put a bunch of really good tripods out. And I guess the purpose of this video is I'm trying to decide what I want to get because it's really hard. I'm gonna go through and kind of talk about the different tripods that I've been looking at and just kind of discuss it, maybe talk through it a little bit, maybe decide what I want to do, maybe have everybody tell me in the comments, tell me of some really good travel tripods that would fit on one of the Peak Design sling bags. I'm really trying to find something good that's not going to bankrupt me. You feel me? You feeling me? Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Anyways, so I've been looking at three different tripods, and I guess we'll start with a company that you're kind of already familiar with on my channel already, Smallrig. So Smallrig has their AP01, and I mean, from what it looks like, it looks really good. It's like a small little guy, and it's kind of designed like all of the other different travel tripods. So it's not necessarily unique, but it gets the job done. And especially right now, I mean, it's looking pretty good because of the price. The price is $129 on Amazon. I'm gonna put all of the links for everything that I'm looking at in the description below. So if you wanna, if you're like, oh, I need a tripod too, help me out. Use my affiliate link. It helps me buy things for me to test because I'm not big enough yet to get stuff from people. So this is what we're doing. So yeah, the Smallrig, it's your basic aluminum and everything like that. It's nothing really fancy, but it looks like it'll get the job done. And I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm kind of more or less just talking myself into that one already. And now let's go to another one that it's going to take a lot of talking me into this for me to get this. And that's the Peak Design travel tripod. So there are two different versions of this. There is an aluminum version, and then there's a carbon fiber version. The aluminum version, it's about $300. Let me see, it's about $379.95. And on that, it's just like, that is literally double the amount of, actually no, that's more than double the amount of the Smallrig one that I just showed you. And I've heard so much good things about most of these Peak Design tripods. I mean, honestly, I love Peak Design. Like, I have the Peak Design case and I have a Peak Design bag. So it's not really going too far with saying that I would be interested in getting a Peak Design tripod because their gear has been so far amazing. But then there's a carbon fiber version of the Peak Design travel tripod, and that is $649.95. That is a steep steep price increase. That is double the amount for carbon fiber. Like, oh my God, that is a lot of money. But from what I've heard from people that have used it, it's real good. It's really light and it's really strong. So that's one of the things that's kind of driving me towards doing a peak design. It's just like, it's really good, it's really strong, and it's really light. Unless I get the aluminum, then it's still pretty light, but not as light as carbon fiber, because let's be real, that's going to, you know what, I'm gonna put the amount here's what the aluminum weighs, and here's what the carbon fiber weighs. Look at the differences and you decide, is that a $300 price increase worth of it? And from what I understand, none of these come with a ball head, but we'll kind of get into that later. So last, because like I said, there's really only 3 that I'm looking at. There's only 3 that I'm genuinely interested in. And this one is probably more so like the front runner. And that's the Ulanzi F38 travel tripod. This one, as you already know, I really enjoy Ulanzi's quick release. This is the F38. I might get into the F50 once I kind of build up my rig a little bit larger, which is already getting there. So it's nearing version 1.0 and I can't stop it. I cannot stop it. This kind of, the cool thing with the Ulanzi is, if you watch any of the other people that have put out stuff, like, what was it? Or Mark Bennett's Camera Crisis. He's actually the one that I looked at with the Ulanzi tripod. The first time that I ever saw it was on his channel whenever I was deep diving into the Sony ZVE stuff, the ZVE10 stuff, which honestly, if you want to see any of the ZVE10 stuff that I haven't done yet, which I haven't done a lot, so that's going to be surprising, I'm going to put his channel below, a link to the Ulanzi video and just a link to his actual video, because honestly, great guy and really fun to watch. But anyways, so I go through, I'm looking at it and I was just like, this is pretty much what I want. And it's carbon fiber and it's $260, and that comes with a replaceable stem specifically meant for either the F38 quick release or for putting a ball head on there. And that is by far one of the most enticing products so far, because it's carbon fiber. Like, I don't know if there's like a difference between different types of carbon fiber. I'm not a carbon fiber expert. I've never been, and I never will be, because I'm not that type of dude. And if you are a carbon fiber expert, let me know in the comments, hey, there is a difference between this carbon fiber and that carbon fiber, and I genuinely want to know. So please let me know. But anyways, I digress. So it's like these are the three main tripods that I'm looking at, and it's less. I mean, there are plenty of other different tripods out there that are probably cheaper and everything like that. But there's a lot of the times, like I know that these brands that I brought up actually put out decent stuff because I use them, and that's one of my biggest drawing factors. Is like, it's not the brand recognition as a whole, it's a brand recognition to me. It's how I understand that these brands put out quality products. And I don't know the other ones, so it's just like, do I want to spend like over $100 on a tripod, or like $200 on a tripod? And if I do that, is it going to be really well made? Is it going to do what I need it to do? And that's where I'm kind of, so anybody please let me know of some different tripods that you've either used or that you know people using, that are more on the travel size than anything else, because I want one. I have an Amazon Basics one that I've been using for years, and that it's dusted. It's dusted. But also, I realized that none of these come with any of like the ball heads. And that's one thing I'm kind of looking into also. It's just like, I really want a nice, good, fluid ball head for like filming different things. It's just like, get a nice panning shot without having to go into DaVinci Resolve and do the stabilization, because that would be cool. That would be honestly pretty sick. I would enjoy that. But because I don't have a ball head or a slider, oh, that's another thing. That's another conversation that I'm scared to have, because I want a slider, but I do not want to spend the money on a slider. Oh my God. I feel like a gimbal might be the better solution for that, but that a different story, different solution. That's going to be a different terrible financial choice later on in life. But I mean, all of these companies also have ball heads that are pretty good. But I also know that Manfrotto has a really good fluid ball head, and yeah. So yeah, anyways, this isn't going to be a really long one. This is just me kind of talking out into the ether and hopefully getting some feedback from everybody about, you know, some stuff that they've maybe used or some stuff that they've heard really good things about. Give me a list. Let me do my research, because I love doing research, and it's really weird that I love doing research so much, but besides the point. So in that case, I appreciate everybody for sitting here and listening to me rant for however long this was. I don't know how long it was because I'm not really paying attention. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful night, day, evening, morning, afternoon, brunch, second breakfast. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Bye.